So, UFC fight night, road to UFC semifinals are going down this weekend, just before the weekend starts, and I, King Hit MMA, will be discussing each fight on the card, not in too much great depth, but the fights I will be interested, I definitely will have a decent interest. But before I start, hey, fucking 2 videos in one day, not bad. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. So yeah, let's get right to it. For the first fight of the card, we have Bo Hyun Park versus Farida Abdueva. Now, obviously, if we look at this bout, I swear to God. Okay. So, Farida Abdueva, she basically, Kazakhstani, she pieced up her opponent the whole fight. Stayed on the outside, reversed positions. And yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if we look at all her wins. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, decision, KO, decision, KO, decision, KO. She's getting KOs. She got a KO her last fight. She's been looking pretty good. She looked really good in her last fight. She got a nice TKO. And for Bo Hyun Park, if I remember right, it was a pretty close fight between the last chick she fought, who wasn't actually very good at all. Yeah, split decision. If I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna go Farida Abdueva by TKO. Just feeling the vibe there. She's getting finishes. I really do value finishes over decisions, especially very close decisions to some jobbers. So yeah. Anyway, for the next fight, which, how the fuck do I get to the next fight? Okay, we'll go through Mr. Rio Tajima. If the fight fucking goes through, there we go. We've got Chungran Koren, the Indian Rhino, who I don't know why I thought he's Nepalese, versus Rio Tajima. So if we look through Rio Tajima, if I'm not wrong, Rio Tajima looked really good in his road to UFC fight. So, oh shit. Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, he had that really boring decision win over Haito Tai, who is 18-6, not exactly great. The guys he's beating is Tico, 13-5, Rui Imara, Mahira Yamaki, 3-0. These are okay fighters. Then he lost in that. And, this is the last 4 fights. Chunga and Koren. What I will give to Chunga Koren, he doesn't really have the skill. I know that sounds wrong, but he doesn't really have that skill. He was getting pieced up really bad. And, but he's real gritty. He'll fucking go for it. If you watch that last fight with Miyaguchi was piecing him up the whole fight until he got him down to the ground, outworked him, and basically got to the back and got the choke. But yeah, man, besides Rabindra Dant, who is a really good Nepalese fighter, who is fighting Kasim Murdoch, I will be saying this fight, he's going for all these really good wins, man. Yes, Matrix Fight Night, it's not the most great promotion, but it's kind of shit versus shit, you know what I'm saying? So, but he's getting all finishes. I really do rate these finishes, and Rio Tajima isn't fighting much better comp. I don't mind how... Okay. I don't honestly mind how gritty Changren Koren is, but getting finished only 2 fights ago by Dant, who isn't a bad fighter. Like I said, I will be talking about that fight, Rabindra Dant. I think Rio Tajima is going to finish him. He's got mostly finishes. I think Rio Tajima is going to finish him late in the second round. So yeah. Sorry if the music's too loud. Holy shit. Anyway, for the next fight, we have Chagnadorj, who, he had a very, very close fight. Yeah, he had a split decision with Reggen, who was a really good fighter. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not wrong, he was undefeated, so it's not a bad looking win. I think he's a bit of a grappling specialist. Probably a back taker by the looks of it. If we look at the record, rear naked 16-6, not horrible. 5-3, 14 and losing 14-9 is not a good look. But like, to the guys he's winning against, they look a lot better than the guys he's losing against. He's a big decision merchant, especially a split decision over like a, better ranked guy. It is the Asian regional scene. It is really hard to tell. Young Jae Song. I think did he absolutely not? He knocked out his opponent, didn't he? Yeah. Dang Junren, Chagnadorj. So yeah. Okay, choked out Jin Aoi with a rear naked choke, but that's 16-6. Knockout 15-8. Yoshi Nakahara 18-7. I mean, the competition isn't much better, but he isn't going to decisions. He has finished his last 4 bouts. He was en road to UFC before losing to Masuda Kawana. But he's finished every fight before, while Chagnadorj is going to decisions. Split decisions, mind you. I'm going to go with Young Sejong. I think I like you finishing your opponents, like these scrubs, instead of going to real close split decisions. So yeah, I'm going Young Jae Song. And for the next fight, if I'm not wrong, at flyweight, we have Joseph Big Sexy Larsenis versus Jesus Christ, Tayuka Suzuki. You know what I don't like? I can't go straight to the... Here we go. Yeah, Joseph Larsenis versus Takuya Suzuki. Why is he fucking frame mogging? Why is he frame mogging us? But yeah, both like on really good win streaks. Here's the thing, right, though. Even though I'm the Australian, even though I don't mind, so we'll look at Joseph Larsenis. I'm going to say Joseph Larsenis is for way better competition. So if we look at Joseph Larsenis' last 4 fights, I always like to look at 2 to 4 fights. Depends how recent they were. Ragoyo Moroto, that was a very, very close fight. Mind you, the guy's undefeated. That's a very hard fighter to beat. Anthony Drillage, really good guy on the regional scene. Frank Jaworski, he's okay. Odin Muscat, 2-0, 1-0. You get into that level. But he's been finishing all these guys. He went to a split decision to a guy who's really fucking good. Now 10-1-2. That's not a horrible record, man. It's actually really good. Takeya Suzuki, we've got to see the fights he's getting. Let's see the level of comp he's fighting. So if we go down here, he knocked out an undefeated prospect, Ogun Bold Bato. I don't even know how to say that. Antonio Figueiredo 5-0. Gabriel Lomi 3-0. Yuji Maguire. I don't mind seeing these fights on here because these are the experienced vets. He's getting finishes in a lot of his fights. In his last 5 fights, he's gotten finishes. I am an Aussie casual. I love the Aussies, but in this case, I've got to be honest with myself. I think Joseph Larsenis. Hold on, sorry, fuck. I keep clicking on the fighter. Yeah. I think Tayuka Suzuki's gonna finish him. I didn't like how close Joseph made it in that last fight. And Takaya is really a lot cleaner when we saw. He's a lot cleaner and dude, when you are getting constant finishes over people, yeah, it just shows a lot more so. And the level of competition is just a lot higher for Takaya Suzuki, so I'm going to go Takaya Suzuki by a first round finish. And yeah. Anyway, for the next fight, we have Machi Fukuda versus Bo Mang. Hold on. Gotta get onto the fight again. So, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, Machi Fukuda. She's this fucking crazy Kamachi. Bo Mang. We'll go on Bo Mang. Bo Mang had a pretty close fight with right across the elbows. Oh, jeez. I was like, I'm all the way down here. Okay. Arisa Matuda. Yeah. That was a lot closer fight, if I remember. Now, it is an undefeated prospect, but it is one of those things. Now, Jingjiang Zhong, if I am not wrong, Jingjiang Zhong is in the UFC. Let's look at that. The panda. So, yeah. She looked horrible in the UFC. And, you know, if you're getting outbeaten by her, I don't think you're that high a level. You know, winning one against an undefeated prospect, great. Losing to 11-5 is not great. Dwayne Cadaro, 9-1, great. Losing to Tiffany Teo, 9-2. She's win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. She win this one. Now, if we go on Machi Fukuda, I really liked what Machi Fukuda did, especially in her last fight. She's going to be the way smaller fighter in this fight. Anela Talagova, she's way better opponent than who Bo Mang fought. You know, Guillotine, she's got submissions in her thing as well. Siwoo Park, don't know who she is. Hakura Hagusawa, 5-5. Look, you're gonna find mixed opponents, but I like that you got a KO and a submission. I don't like to see, example, Bo Mang. I don't like to see a win and then a loss, even though she's got the experience. There we go. Yeah, a win and then a loss. And I think Jingnan Nong is... I'm going to get fucking cancelled. I think Jingnan Yong is going to lose Zhang Zhong. I think she's going to lose this weekend to Pilastri. So, I'm going to go Machi Fukuda, man. I might, she might be, a fighter, it's she's a fun, loving fighter. But I think her ground game was awesome. The way she can take down these taller fighters, for example, if we look at Bo Mang. How tall is she? 5'4". She's going to be 4 inches taller. But I think that helps Machi Fukuda because she's only 5 foot tall, if I'm not wrong. I could be fucking wrong. But I'm pretty sure Machi Fukuda is 5 foot tall. More wrestler, ground and pound sort of fighter. I'm going to go probably Machi, 5 foot tall. I'm going to go Machi Fukuda by ground and pound TKO. So, yeah. Anyway, for the next fight, we have Kasib Murdoch. Murdoch versus Rabinda Drant. You know what I mean, bro. And I'm going to say this. Hold on. Before we... So, yeah, we've got Rabinda Drant. This is a really great fight, man. This is awesome. I think this is kind of the official bantamweight final. You know what I mean? Everyone's high on Rabinda Drant. And everyone's high on Kasib Murdoch. I feel bad for Dant because of obviously all the Nepal situation going on. But I will start on Rabinda Dant, right? 10-1, really impressive record. TKO'd his last opponent, if I'm not wrong. Yep, punches from full mount. Climbed on top. KO'd Shogun Goran, someone that's already on this card, who I don't think is going to win. You know, he's getting a few finishes, one decision. Lost against an undefeated guy. There's no shame in that, but... And he's got a lot of finishes in his back pocket in a very lower promotion. This is what I'm going to say. Look, if we look at some of these Fight of Nights, PCFL, World Pro MMA Championship, like that's flagged. This is flagged as well. There's a couple of like wacky, like don't get me wrong, once we get to Matrix, that's a legit like fight promotion, but these Indian fight promotions are a bit sketchy, are a bit fucking, you know how you go. And for Kasib Murdoch, how do I even say this? Dude, like I've been watching this guy on the regional scene heaps, and he's so good. Example, that Yusuke Minami, he was the favourite of the whole tournament. Now, we'll be mindful, Kasib was getting dropped, obviously, like a bit like a Volk, like a quick taken down straight to the knee. But he's getting finished as well, like decision over Chris Ucevic, 3-1, you know. Knee injury around 4, that was actually more of a finish. KO'd Liam Gusty, Rufina Mentini ground and pound. Look, he's getting finish over finish over finish over finish. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make this up. Like, and I think the competition's better. Like, the fact that he beat Inosuke Minami so like decisively, you could have said that second round was a 10-7. I think Kasib Murdoch is gonna finish for Rabinda Drant in the second round. This is a pick'em. This should be a pick'em fight. I can't like. Oh wow, look at that. Murdoch by decision, which is very surprising because if you look at... But yeah, I'm going to go Kasib by finish in the second round. He's looked super impressive. So does Dant, but I think Kasib's just got it. And plus I've got a bit of a personal thing. Anyway, so yeah. And for the next fight, we have George Mangos versus fuck at me. We'll get to it first. Alihi Alina, I'm just going to say Alina. You know, decent Chinese prospect, 17-3, not bad. Went to a decision, then a split decision on the regional scene. Ground and pound over a dude that was 1-5. Like, we can't make this up. And a dude that was 2-0. Like, this is actually bottom of the barrel competition. It's probably the worst I've seen. And we've been through some shit women's fights. And he went to a decision with Guanwu Lim, 5-1. Probably shouldn't have been on the series. And George Mangos, I'm not even going to say this. George Mangos probably has the most impressive record on you, without a doubt. Okay, here we go. Yuta Nanagawa, he absolutely obliterated him. Justin Van Heiden, if you don't know who Justin Van Heiden is, he is one of the most impressive featherweights in the regional scene. Riley Da Silva, I think it was just a bit of like the bright lights sort of thing. Defended his belt against Ethan Thomas, decent featherweight prospect. Shizuchi Tomita knocked him the fuck out. Choked out Jared Wilbraham. Jared Wilbraham's 8-2. That's crazy. beat Justin Verheyen. Mind you, he was getting beaten in that fight. But the people that he has beaten, the way he has beaten these people, the way he has looked, I'm going George Mangos, bro. I don't give a shit. He is probably the biggest favourite on this card. I rate him the most out of everyone, even though, like I said, I've got personal shit with Kasib. I rate him so highly. I think he's going to finish Eleanor in the first round. He is so brutal. And yeah. Anyway, for the next fight, we have Macha. I'm just going to call him the Taranichi. I don't even know, bro. I can't even say these names. But yeah. Very shocking. They're taking a guy off a 1-fight win streak. Lost to a dude who was 7-2. Beat a dude that was 1-2. 1-0, 1-0, 0-0, 0-0. That's shocking. That's a very shocking thing. Like, that's fucking terrible. I was considering on choosing... Well, Tristan Vines was literally bringing in to make a Tabor Gautier look good. If we look before the UFC, a Tabor Gautier, dude, you're bringing it on short notice. That shit sucks. But he was looking good, man, before this. So, you know, wins by finish against a 3-1 dude. Submission win over Robert Hale. God, this is shit. 0-7. Holy, okay. 5-0, 6-1, loses to him. It's trash versus garbage matchup. This is a legit pick'em. I'm gonna go Tristan Vines. I'm gonna give him the chance to make it up from that terrible performance over Tabor Gautier where he folded like a lawn chair for no reason. Like, literally no reason. He folded and then Tabor finished him. So I'm going Tristan Vines by decision. And for the last fight and the shocking main event, we have Darius Flowers versus Masha Tate. Hold on. Like I said, it is a struggle sometimes getting this up. Masha Tate, you know, like, he's a lightweight that's been around for a little bit. Bit of a win-loss fighter. Rustam Kamirov, fucking 8-6, dude. Like, he was cut from the UFC, lost to Gage Young and Nicholas Moda. Gage Young has not looked impressive lately. Rustam Kamirov, like, bro, you're beating an 8-6 guy. And Darius Flowers, 13-8-1. Very shit record, but what I have to give to Darius Flowers, yes, he was on a 3-fight losing streak, and he beat the shit out of Lando Venata. I will give it to Darius Flowers. If you look at the 3 people that he lost to, Evan Elder, not the greatest. Michael Johnson beats any lightweight on the right day. And Jake Matthews, I consider top 20 in the welterweight division. But yeah, man, I'm going to go Darius Flowers. Like, this dude, other dude, literally lost to the bottom of the barrel competition. Hold on, let me get back there. Literally lost to the bottom of the barrel competition. And they got re-signed, so yeah, I'm going Darius Flowers to beat Masha Tate. But yeah, man, listen, hold on. Fuck, do we have the Road to UFC poster? Yeah. Not the greatest breakdown, but it's it's just a Road to UFC breakdown overall. Not many people are going to be doing this content. I decided to maybe just cover it. But yeah, listen, if you like the video, dislike the video. Like, dislike, and subscribe. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you all later. Thanks. Bye.